Hello and welcome back to Ganesh Institute channel. So in today's video we are going to discuss about demand analysis and in that too law of demand. So first of all, if I ask you what is demand, what will you say? So your answer can be, whatever we require, that can be a demand. But in economics, demand can be said when three conditions are fulfilled. First is one person should have a desire to have that good, then he should be willing to pay for that good. And then just not just only willingness will work, that person should have ability also to pay for it. So when these three conditions fulfill or satisfy, then we say that this is the meaning of demand in economics. Okay, now what do you think? Demand for a particular object is dependent on how many factors, or what are the factors or determinants which determine the, we can say, demand for a commodity. What do you think? So these can be, firstly, the quantity. How much do you want? How much quantity of that product do you want? On this, demand depends. Then the price of that commodity, correct? And then, when do you want it? That means the time period over which a commodity is demanded. That also determines the demand. Okay, I mean, this is something. And the market area in which a commodity is demanded. These four factors, we can say, if these four factors are there in a statement, then that statement will become demand statement. Okay, and if you want to know that how much this demand will be affected by some of the factors like price, price of the product, of that particular good which you are willing to buy, then price of the related good, because we are not like this that if we want to buy something we just go and buy. We see so many products and then buy one out of it, right? Out of them. So price of related goods also matter. So after that, you have to know about the marginal utility, because this will also impact the demand. These are the determinants of demand mainly. However, these are not only restricted to these three, because if we talk about, let's say, advertisement, so we sometimes buy product because of the advertisement. So advertisement expenditure will also determine the demand, correct? Then we have the expectations, like if we are buying something for so long, and now if some news come like, this is going to be changed, then our expectations, the future expectations, can result into the lower or increase in the demand. So consumers expectations also affect it. Okay, that how their future income will be. Just like if you see in this corona time, we know that there are some, uh, the expectations about the income and price. We have some expectations, right? But these are not fulfilling at the moment. So we will see that what product we require and what we should buy, right? So demand will change accordingly. Thereafter, if we talk about macroeconomy, aggregate demand, aggregate supply. So population of a country also determines the demand. How? Let's say if population is more, then demand will be more, right? People will require more food, more things. to consume. So population of a country also determines the demand. Then thereafter, the demonstration effect. Let's say you have iPhone 10 and now there was a demo. You saw iPhone 11 in some advertisement or some demo thing, then you will want to buy that product, right? So demonstration also impact the demand. Then let's say if government or banks or those seller who are dealing in that products, if they are providing you credit facility, then also demand affects. How? Let's say if you cannot afford that particular thing, but some of the authorities like Bajaj Finance and all, they are providing you credit, then you will be able to buy them in installments and all, so this will increase the demand. You can buy that product now. So credit facility also affect the demand. Then what we have got is national income. If we talk about macroeconomy again, then what we are having in terms of our national income, because if people will have enough money, their their incomes are high, then they can buy the things, the premium products, the more and more things. So that means that will impact the demand. After that, growth of the economy. Of course, national income is related with growth, so this will also affect the demand. Apart from that, the policies of the government. Let's say if government is introducing something, just like you will be from 2017, no more VAT, you have to pay GST. Now, if something will be more expensive after putting GST on it, right? Because some of the products have 5% GST on them, some of them 12%, like just like in clothing we have 12% of GST, in metallic compounds we have 18%. So what we have to find out here is, if more GST will be compelled on a particular object, then maybe because of that policy, people will buy them less because of the more taxes, and that will become more expensive then, right? So demand can be decreased. So in this way, demand got affected. Apart from that, the favorable conditions like climate, weather, maybe some of the crops, because crops are very weather and climate specific, right? So if this time weather was not that good, then what will happen? It would result into less production and then expensive crops and all those things, which will affect the demand, right? Now, if we talk about law of demand, so what do you mean by this? So in law of demand, what we have is, let's say first of all, if we talk about the price of the demand, price of the product. So you know very well, let's say you have been buying a product at rupees 10. Now the rate of this has become 20 or 12. So maybe you will think that, maybe you can switch to another product, or the demand of this product will be reduced. So price and demand are inversely proportional only if there is ceteris paribus. What do you mean by ceteris paribus? Ceteris paribus is a terminology which you use if you have to show every other component should be constant. Every other thing or factor remains constant or fixed, right? Just like we have studied so many factors. So you have to just keep price and demand. You have to change these two things. Rest all need to be same. Then we can say under those conditions, price will be inversely proportional to demand. If you increase the demand, price will reduce. Then you have got income effect. What do you mean by income effect? Income effect is also called as purchasing power. This you can consider in price of the product only. So if you will see purchasing power, let's say this example only. you have your income, let's say 100 rupees. Okay, now if a product is of 10 rupee cost, then how many units you can buy? Total income 100 rupees, one product is 10, you can buy 10 units, correct? Whereas now if you see, if your income is constant 100 rupees, but now price is 20, so your number of units will become 100 by 20, that means 5 units. So you are saying that because of your constant income, the demand has been decreased 10 to 5, correct? So this will reduce the purchasing power of a buyer. Law of demand, you have to see always from the perspective of a consumer or a buyer, okay? Because buyer demands it, consumer demands a product. So you can see income effect has the negative impact on the demand. Then you have substitution effect. So let's say there are two types of product mainly, substitutes and complementary products. So if we talk about substitutes, let's say you have tea. Okay, you want some beverage in the morning, so you have tea for that. You have been buying tea for so long, but now tea the price of tea has been increased, so you will see what other than tea I can choose, right? So you can either shift to coffee if it is less in terms of price, right? If its price is lower, or you can switch to other brands which are lower in price. So this is the substitution effect. So whenever you see a particular set of goods, okay, which you are consuming and which are providing same kind of satisfaction to you, tea and coffee both can be used as beverages, right? Then these are substitutes, and this will result in, if one price of one is increased, then it will shift the demand to another product. That means demand of coffee will increase. Are you getting my point? Though we know that on increasing price demand decreases, so because tea price of tea is increasing, so demand of tea will decrease. This will switch the customer or consumer to another substitute, which can be coffee or any other product which can be lower in the price. Okay, then we have complementary products. Complementary are those which complete the demand for one another. Just like you cannot use a pen without ink, right? So pen and ink are complementary. So if let's say there is an increase in the price of ink, then what will happen? Ultimately, price of pen will also increase, which will reduce the demand of another, right? So again, here comes price and demand inverse relation, right? And now if we talk about third thing, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. So what do you mean by utility? Utility means use of something, correct? How much you are using, or what's the significance of particular thing. So let's say if you are using a product, there is a product A, you are using it and you have been using it for so long. Now sometimes we feel like, don't you think we have to switch to another product because we have been using this for so long, now we are bored of it? So you can switch to another product. So it means if you are using a particular product or more and more number of a product, then maybe satisfaction comes down, right? Satisfaction of using that particular product again and again can go down. Then what you do in that case? What seller do in that case? Seller will reduce this price because you can switch to another product. But to keep you on this product only, seller will reduce the price so that to increase the demand. Correct? So there is a diminishing utility if you are using a product for so long. Then what seller do? Seller decrease the price in order to increase your satisfaction level. Okay, so in this way there is the inverse relation in the price and demand in this also. Okay, I hope you have understood this topic of law of demand, and if so, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Till my next video, take care of yourself. Bye bye.